not scam.
No, it's a scam.
No.
No?
It's been sitting up there the whole time and an audit caught it.
Some money coming in?
Yeah, we're like, okay, I'm guessing Mary approves and wants to
That's
donate
okay.
to the
Poor thing, here's the jewelry, here's the ring, here's the jewelry. Did you ever go on that website?
When are you getting married?
No?
I have it.
And where?
That's a big speculation. So we're doing the armchair math on something.
I ordered 3 things from there. Tops, kimono jackets.
We went small, but it's
Like I need them.
no, the second one.
The jewelry is also.
Yeah.
Wow, you both have really fine jewelry. Wow, that's pretty intense. I don't know, you call black those now?
I call it the Black Veil Society. I like your new shirt.
I know, I just
dress.
told her I went to gym.
Hey,
I
did I
won't
see
look
that one?
underneath
Well, you know where that one came from. Oh,
No.
I thought that was the one you bought at the,
No, cute.
Johnny Was.
That's the,
You spent a nice little penny at Johnny
Yeah.
Was. I would not,
I've had this for about 3 years.
I would not.
Never go out of
here.
style.
Who
I
do
went
they
in
think
there
we
and I was
are?
like, oh, she had a kimono on, the girl there, and I was like, oh, okay, she's like, well, it's on clearance over here, or marked down, it was on markdown for like $350.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how they stay in business, they're
I
really.
was like, okay.
Because there are people who will take it.
Have you been to the outlet, not Nordstrom,
Well,
Neiman Marcus outlet?
No.
The one out.
I just want to tell everybody in the audience, when we start the meeting, please, all phones have to be turned off completely, because it interferes with our recording. Thank you.
Dan will be there.
Outfit has it for the same
I know,
price.
I know, I was like,
But that was where they started, it's now $20, $30 less.
So now you know why I don't remodel. They sometimes can get a good deal.
I need new
Is,
carpeting. And I,
not Johnny Was, but people's, free people.
That's what I was
like
wondering.
Yeah, I like free people, because
yeah, and I
sometimes
have
it's
to have
reasonable.
somebody come and move everything. Yeah, I can't do that.
But you like rules.
Well, golf has
Oh,
gone
it's
out,
hard to, you gotta
Yeah,
find
you
it
gotta
online.
find it online.
it's gone out of popular vogue. Kids are on something.
They are.
Although, how golf is about that?
I know, right? I don't know if it's golf or
Follow my
it's.
lead.
That was a lot of black to be wearing in this shirt.
There's this one guy, he worked at VillageFest, he's somewhere now. It's not Michael's.
No.
He always, like, in the summer, it'd be 120, he wears a long black.
Dude, it better be money,
And
dude.
woe to,
Really?
woe to.
Yes, there's my personal.
Yes.
Hello, madam.
So I just walked in the car and Jen was leaving too, and I was like talking to her, and I go, when I put my drink on top of my car, and I was like, well, where are you going? And she's like, into my car, and I was like, oh, this is your car. I was like, why are you standing here? Where are you going? She's like, in my car. I said, my drink. Like, it opens really quick switch. We both have two.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I wasn't kidding. OCD, saw the address and thought it was the construction site. Yeah, and I drove past and it looks like it was like the Green Places down that little side street. But I think it was just a dumpster fire. It didn't seem like a lot of drama. They just they put out a notice to ask people to avoid the area because of traffic.
The brick on the side of the brick that he faces the canyon now, because he faces both ways.
I think it's the side, but the address was listed on the block of North Indian Canyon, which is also the working address. If you go to Google Maps, it shows the North Indian Museum and everything.
I'm upset that they're gonna move the art festival. I like that art festival.
They asked them where they were.
Well, Joy wanted us to at least stop during the holidays, which we've said.
I thought the more the merrier, because everybody,
But it's kind of, if you go down there, it's a height of the day, it's crazy. Some of the new configurations. Well, that's the point. They actually wanted to get in and figure That's where we start to get, that's where you start getting confirms, but you read
All right, we're on there. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the VillageFest Board meeting. My name is Dottie Watson, and I'm the chair. I call to order our meeting today on February 25th, 2020 at 3:30. Roll call, please.
Chair Watson,
Here.
Vice Chair Campbell,
Here.
Board Member Garchin,
Here.
Board Member Flick,
Here.
Board Member Gonella is absent, Board Member Montanti.
Here.
Board Member Baum.
Here.
Main Street Meredith is currently absent. We have a quorum.
Okay. All right, the next thing is public comments. Anybody in the audience that has any comments can have 3 minutes to come up and speak regarding anything with the Village Fest or the board. Anybody? No?
Would this be the time to present?
No, this is not presentation.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. All right, any board comments? None, okay. Correspondence? None?
It's gonna be a fast meeting.
Did we have a full board the last meeting? Yeah, I think we did.
Yes.
Okay, so the consent calendar, so we can vote one time for the two. The following routine matters may be acted upon by one motion. So anyway, I need a motion for the posting of the agenda and the approval of minutes.
I make a motion that we approve 4A and 4B.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None. All right, it carries. Okay. The next thing is the legislative action. Before I start, I just want to ask the board, when the people come before us and they start talking and giving their presentation, that we try to not talk among ourselves until after they're finished, okay? Just for politeness, okay? All right, the first person to come up is Vagabond Brew Coffee, Casey Ruiz. Not here? Oh, there you are. Come on.
Bring your pot of coffee.
No, over there.
Daddy, do you want to remind about cell phones?
That one.
Cell phones.
I already did that.
Oh, where would I have? Must have had the stroke.
Okay, why don't you tell us
Actually,
about
yeah.
yourself? Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and pass out these photos for you guys. This way?
Mm-hmm.
I brought some samples of my coffee if you guys are interested in trying it. I wasn't too sure. Would you guys like that?
Sure.
Brilliant.
We always like samples.
Oh, it smells good.
Yeah, pour it there and we'll pass it around this way.
There you go. That works.
That'll work.
So how many are there? I'm
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
7.
You don't want any?
So it's 3.
7.
Is it stuck?
It's a Volkswagen van.
Do we allow that?
We'll ask.
It's a little hot.
I think so. What's up?
Thank you. It's a little hot.
How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And there's one more down there.
So I think this is the last one.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Smells
Did
good.
you also bring your t-shirts?
I have one.
I'm wearing my T-shirt, but the problem with the T-shirt, I was told that I have to
Yeah.
hand make them, and it's actually a family friend who prints them. So I wasn't too sure how did that go.
No.
Oh, Jack, pass that down. Yeah, the T-shirt, well, we would have gotten to that anyway, because it's two different classifications.
Absolutely.
So you wouldn't be able to do the T-shirt.
Absolutely, no
Okay,
worries,
great.
definitely.
Okay, give us your presentation.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Case Ruiz. I am 19 years old, and I am the owner of Vagabond Brews. So far, I've been in business for about 1 month now.
Wow.
So I'm a local to Coachella Valley, grew up here, went to Rancho Mirage High School, and the idea came about. My girlfriend and I were just like talking about it. We were both baristas at Indian Wells Coffee, and she told me that I should start selling coffee out of my van, and I felt that it was a brilliant idea. It was like combining van life and then my love for coffee just into one. So the idea is to bring specialty coffee into the Coachella Valley at a more accessible rate. Right now I'm serving Joshua Tree coffee, so it's also local, kind of tying in everything along that. And VillageFest is just like one of the main events that was on my list. It was like the first one that I went to, and it was actually the hardest one to even try to get into. I had to pretty much go through like all of the health department stuff just to be able to be here right now. But that's essentially what it is. It's out of a 1981 Volkswagen Vanagon, which that on its own is pretty unique. I mean, how many of those do you even see around, let alone a full-blown espresso bar, coffee shop into this tiny little compact space? People are loving it. Everybody's enjoying it. Currently, I'm at the Palm Desert Farmers Market on Wednesday mornings, and then there's also this like food truck market in Indio on Friday night, so we're there too, and everybody's just so happy about the van. That's like the main attraction. And then the coffee, that's what people love as well. I mean, it just kind of speaks for itself. Coffee, it's kind of hard to mess up unless you're like bad at it. But yeah, like I said, so the van is like the main attraction, so that's kind of like what everything revolves around. And then the coffee is like another element that's obviously more important than just the van, but it complements itself well.
Don't sell yourself short on coffee, because if you want to argue some people can do it bad, come to my office.
I just have a question for staff. The van, is that a problem with the,
It should be
fine,
fine.
okay.
I was told, I'm sorry to interrupt, I was told that I had a 15-foot by 10 space. My van is 14.9 feet
Wow.
wide.
Just made it.
And is it just coffee, no cookies or pastries or anything like that?
No, not as of right now. And I was told that if that ever was to happen, then I would have to meet with you guys again. And as of right now, it's just essentially trying to keep as minimal as possible to even get running. So it's currently just coffee and chai and matcha, which is all kind of
Hot
tied in.
chocolate and the lattes,
Hot
right?
chocolate, that's
Okay.
right.
And
Yeah.
no beans or anything like that.
No, currently we're not selling coffee beans. I've been in talk with Joshua Tree about potentially doing that, but nah, as of right now, no.
So I have, Casey, one question.
Absolutely.
I think that you should put on your application now some extra things to sell, because doing the numbers here, you're gonna have to sell a lot of coffee.
Absolutely.
In order to even take care of the booth.
Absolutely.
So you might wanna,
Yeah, what Julie's referencing is you want to add water, Diet Cokes, like soft
Yeah.
drinks, or something special.
Cookies, something that's gonna bring
wanna
you that
hit your
extra.
ticket up is what.
yeah.
So
your
Yeah,
tickets,
definitely.
yeah,
just to do 20 people alone is only $100. So
Yeah,
yeah, those
your
add-ons
numbers.
really help out though. Yeah.
absolutely.
Where would we foresee them?
Really, I think we could put them anywhere.
Really, people will
Yeah,
want
yeah.
coffee anywhere on the street.
Just in the street would be
Yeah,
fine.
because you can walk with it. People
Right.
like to,
Where's
It doesn't have to be in the food court or anything.
Where's the guy from the 500 building? Was it
Well,
Redley?
he stopped participating.
Oh,
Okay.
One question that I was gonna ask is that as of right now, I've noticed that the only coffee guy that's there is Bean Boys, and he's selling his like coffee beans. I was hoping to just kind of stay kind of out of his way, just to promote more sales and less competition. And obviously, he's only selling like coffee beans and drip coffee, which I am selling drip coffee, but it is different. It is a different market, and it's not. I wouldn't necessarily call it competition. but it could be seen that way, and I don't want to upset anybody.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
No,
I think there's some other people that sell bakery goods that have coffee too, isn't there?
I don't know, is there?
I saw somebody sell, yeah,
Bread.
hot, I think it was like hot chocolate. It was like drip. I saw that. I did see that. I've
Okay.
been going to the street for a lot more recently.
Okay, good.
Good, good.
Okay, any more questions? All right, I need a motion.
Move we accept this vendor?
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None?
Great,
There you go.
perfect.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Great,
You're
thank you so much.
Good coffee.
So, real quick.
Yeah, it is.
Real quick, before he leaves, if he were to add anything, does he need to come back?
He has to come
Yes.
back.
To do that, I would,
You could do the letter of intent.
letter of
Yeah.
intent as well, and then go to the VillageFest office.
To bring it to me.
Thank you, everybody.
Okay.
See you on the
Bye.
street.
So everything next is just on this paper, and then everything's good to go.
Yeah, great, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, the next one up is California Native Glass, Karina King. Hi, Karina. You know what, I'll give you a minute to bring your things out, set it up before you try to talk, otherwise you'll never get it done. Too hard.
So I can pass these around. It is glass, but it's very thick.
Yeah, that's all right. Just take everything
Yeah,
out
take
and
it
then
out
we'll, yeah.
Beautiful. Passing pieces. Oh, this is gorgeous. Look at this.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that's
beautiful.
great.
She does list in
brought
her letter that
quite a
wow.
few samples.
she has tribal affiliation.
So I hand make
And she works at the
Wait,
village.
you want to wait because we want to get you on the mic. We record it, that's why. Yeah. It's an official city meeting.
Oh, so you got it.
This is great.
I've been snitching. Yeah, I used to sell a lot of this in the store.
Does she make the pottery or she does?
No, you manipulate the glass in a nutshell. She can explain better.
Okay, talk right into that microphone if you would, Karina, thank you.
Beautiful.
Hi, my name's Karina King,
Closer.
and my business is California Native Glass. So I make kiln glass, or fused glass, as some people call it. And I hand make all of these. I start with glass that I get from a company up in Portland, and it's all American-made and environmentally friendly glass. And I cut up the glass, put it together, and then put the designs on it. And the designs are actually based on my tribe's basket designs. So I'm Hoopa, Yurok, and Cherokee, so that's why I'm California Native Glass. So does anybody have any questions?
What are the, like the feather?
So all the designs are done with powdered glass.
Okay.
So it is a very, very fine powdered glass that's sometimes called an enamel or a frit. And I use stencils from my computer and put the stencils down and then put the powdered glass on top.
Do you plan to show the process at your booth if
So
not to demonstrate, but like to have
Not-
images of?
I can show images because I didn't bring any of the raw glass except for like these little pieces.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Because the raw glass is very sharp, and so
Yeah.
I will sometimes put these out so people can kind of see what
Great.
I start with, but I don't want anybody touching raw glass. So I
Yeah.
bring these, and then I brought some of my tools to kind of show people like what I use to cut the glass, and nippers and things like that. And a lot of times people ask me questions. And so I've been trying to upgrade my website, of course, to have more step-by-step how I do this and videos of it.
Yeah. You're having the raw glass and the tools. I think is a really good way to promote, not promote, but to explain what you do. So it's good.
Yeah,
So I have a question.
okay.
These pieces, you've got really smooth edges, and the hearts are kind of look like they're hand cut out. Is there a difference?
So there is a difference. I have been making the plates and the little catch-alls, I call them, for about 2-3 years. The hearts I have made for 3 weeks. And so the hearts, those are three of the first four that I've made, and I'm trying to get the process down on those. So I don't know that I'd be selling them in the first few weeks, but I will be selling them when I get the process down a bit better.
It's beautiful work.
Can you
Beautiful
pass
work.
around your
Yep.
necklaces?
Yeah.
Is that on there? You don't need to pass around the bowls.
So you actually make that whole piece?
Yeah, so I start with
It's
sheets of glass that are 24 by about 30 inches. So it's a big pane of glass, and then I cut it up, and I use my running pliers and break the glass, and then put the pieces together.
And then, is that a glass, liquid glass on top of it, or?
So all of the glass is solid when I put it into a kiln, and
melts.
I do a first step, which is fusing, and I do the fusing at about 1500 degrees, and then I wait for the glass to cool down a bit so it's not molten anymore, and I put it into a mold, and it's a bisque ceramic mold that then the glass will take the shape of whatever mold I use. So I use bowl molds, I use the plate molds, the little platters, and then like a little heart also.
So
Really beautiful.
are you going to be selling the necklaces and the,
So I make the necklaces and the magnets when I have extra glass. So I don't always have it.
okay, but
But-
we'll add it to the thing here so
Oh,
that when
yeah.
you do, it'll be okay.
When you bring it, then it's.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to come back with it.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's,
It's all beautiful.
I have so much glass a lot of times
Yeah.
that I've been trying to figure out
Put
things
it
to
to
do
use.
with the little
Make
pieces.
a ring.
Yeah, so there's a lot you can do with it.
Beautiful, Corinna.
Yeah, quite nice.
Anybody have any questions?
Nope.
Beautiful.
No?
Motion to accept?
I'll second.
Great.
No discussion? Nothing?
No.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
All those in favor?
Aye. Great.
Opposed? None.
Can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
All-
I used
Yeah.
to sell this in my store like crazy on the East
It's
Coast.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work and a lot of fingerprints
is.
gone.
And you live in Morongo Valley, huh?
Oh, it's very close.
Okay.
That's good.
Give you a minute to put that stuff away.
We have some
Take
people that
your
come out
time.
from LA.
Yeah, I was in LA for 15 years.
Oh. Which part?
Downtown.
Downtown.
Oh.
In the brewery complex, which is an artist community.
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay. Give her another minute. All right, the next one to come up is Juicy Roots. I love the name. Sominic, how do you say? Sominic.
Dominique.
Sominic Armstrong. Okay. I knew I'd crop it up.
That's all right. Here you guys go.
I'm not your best potential customer.
You never know.
You never know.
Unless you can grow it.
We'll talk.
Okay.
You were.
Here's our shampoo.
Okay, why don't you speak into the mic and tell us about yourselves?
Okay, I am Dominique Armstrong. I represent Juicy Roots, and we started completely by accident, as in becoming a business. A few years ago, I lost my hair. I lost it all. It broke all the way off. My scalp just wasn't really healthy. I'm not sure if I was just going through some internal health issues, but my body just rejected it, and it all came out. And I was very insecure about it, but I was wearing wigs and all kind of crazy stuff. But my husband just convinced me to embrace my natural beauty, told me don't worry about it, and just be myself. Don't even, don't worry. So I was looking for all kind of products, basically that were chemical-free. I realized in my journey that chemicals became a problem for me, for my skin, for my hair, and I just, for some reason, I just couldn't take them anymore. So I looked on the market for products that were clean, couldn't find anything. And my husband, he's a pretty interesting guy. I've watched him build a 3D printer from scratch. He grows our garden, and he does a lot of crazy stuff. So he said, okay, what do you want your hair to do? And I said, well, I'm tired of it falling out. That needs to stop. I definitely want it to grow and fast. I need it thicker, and I just want to be healthy. I look sick. I'm kind of tired of that. So he said, okay, and begin to do research. So he just started researching like ingredients that did the things that I asked. And about a year and a half later, that's when he made that bottle there. It's called the multi-use conditioner. And that is what I use to grow my hair back. And I use like Suave shampoo, conditioners, stuff from Walmart. But regardless, just by using this and just, stimulating the scalp and just caring for it, doing hair masks from time to time, I got my hair back. And I had really bad eczema, and my skin, as you see, is clear. I'm clean. So this is what he made for me to help me and basically kind of get my confidence back and just, let me feel like a woman again. So when people come to our booth, what they can expect to see is I have pictures and just before and after pictures of what we've been able to do. So when you said earlier, you may not be a potential customer, we have helped men. We've helped people that have gone through chemo, thyroid issues, and really that's it. It was like how can I say it? Simplicity was best. We just used 10 ingredients. That's in that bottle. I think the butters have about 7. And it was just simple processes, consistency, and that was it. So we hand make all of these products to this day. Matter of fact, those pictures were from about a couple weeks ago. We took some more last night. We're making stuff all the time. And we let people come if they want to read the ingredients, because everything we use is raw and cold pressed. So we make sure, want to make sure the ingredients agree with everyone. We let them try it. I try to educate people about, what's going on with their hair. I could talk hair issues all day. I've been through it a little bit of everything. So everything is for all hair types, as you see on the bottle. On the back, it'll let you know by hair type how much is recommended, different ways to use it. You can use it as a leave-in, a hair mask. Actually, we have salons that use it in their bleach and dyes to prevent the dry out and to prevent just any issues with chemical. We really want to keep you safe. And we definitely want to keep all the hair on your head, and we want your skin looking nice and youthful. And that's what we do. You guys have any questions?
Go ahead.
Okay, so I believe to sell the soap dish, it has to be in a set with a soap, correct?
And the towels.
And the
Yes.
towels have to be in a set with the
Yes.
products.
So that's
they won't sell
exactly what it is.
individual. Okay, great.
So
Perfect. Just
basically,
wanted to confirm. Okay, great.
Those hair towels are, when you're drying your hair and you have like hair in the towel.
Yep.
Those are 100% cotton. They're handmade in Turkey. So
Okay.
basically, we sell them like with the multi-use conditioner, especially
Perfect.
for those who are suffering from like shedding. We definitely want to keep the hair on your head, so we sell those together. You know what I mean?
What's the benefit of this type of towel with?
Basically, the hair does not catch. It doesn't grab and pull.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
it's part of the story.
It's just
Okay.
prevention. You know
Okay,
what I
great.
mean? I've been through it all. I don't want to lose any more hair, so I've taken all costs, all precautions.
Gotcha. Does
And-
anybody want to see this? Yeah.
Yeah, you
No,
guys
no,
check it out.
I do have a question.
Yes.
You also make the product?
I help my husband,
Okay.
but for the most part, he
Okay.
really is the centerpiece.
What we need, and it's easy for you to do, is a picture of you actually doing some of the making,
Okay.
okay? I see your husband is there.
Yes.
Is he going to be in the booth with you?
He will. He will. He
All
would
right,
have
do
been
we
here.
need- No, okay, never mind then.
Okay.
He's going to be in the booth.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be with me. We have a 2-year-old, so
okay.
Yeah,
She'll be in the booth too.
yeah, the baby goes with us. Yeah,
Bring the kids.
Kids are made for
Train her
that.
early.
that's right.
So I noticed that between all the butters, there's only a difference of one ingredient.
Yeah.
Is that correct? Just
Well, the
about?
really difference
Two?
is in property. So that gold one, it's called Thick and Healing Raw Butter. That one is best for anything that is so dry that you notice it or you are inflamed. It's bothering you.
Yeah.
So a lot of our customers that suffer from like eczema, psoriasis, dry cracking skin, that is the one for them. It's more rich in vitamins A, D, K. For some reason, that type of shea butter just has more nutrients, while the other one, the one that's ivory color, is called Light and Creamy. That one is more naturally rich in vitamin E. So it's better for like the face, wrinkles, blemishes. You could use that one daily, while the other one I use to like spot treat where I need it, elbows, knees, toes, or anything that's crazy.
And
from
does
yellow-
it dry, excuse me, just a minute, does it dry into the skin or does it stay kind of like that?
No, it's gonna actually sink down in. So as pretty much as time goes on, you'll notice, okay, I feel nice and soft.
Great smell.
Thank you
It
very
does smell
much.
like, it smells like
So the-
spearmint.
It is.
Yeah.
There's spearmint oil.
So the thick is the spot treatment, and the other
Yes.
is the everyday. Okay.
Absolutely.
And you're from Victorville. How far away is that?
It's about an hour and a half, about an hour and a half.
And you want
More
it to
than
be
that.
year-round?
You know what? I actually know a few vendors that been here. I know Ludamines, I know Veeling Design, and also what do you call it? Oh, I forget the name of it. It slips me. Henna. We all been together at the LA County Fair, and we have for the last few years. And when they met us, they were like, man, we think you'd be a great fit. Please apply. And for the last couple of years, we were like, okay, we'll get there. But we travel everywhere. So every Sunday we do something in North Hollywood. Like we go far, San Diego, Orange County. So we're driving all the time.
But you're not that far.
We're not that far from here. So the drive, it's just a part of it, Add it right on in the schedule.
That being said, I would suggest actually put made in Victorville on, because
Okay.
nowhere does it say that you're local.
No,
or
it doesn't.
regional or anything.
Okay.
Made in
I mean,
USA.
it's not really necessary.
Oh, it's not necessary, it's just a
It's-
suggestion
You do
to
new
help build the
labels
brand.
maybe, but,
Oh, yeah.
don't go doing new labels.
But
It's okay,
at
not a
your-
problem.
At
Do
your
you sell-
booth, you'd be able to say, hey, we're local.
I love
or-
the smell of
That's
it.
what-
Yes, a
it's
lot of
very
people ask,
helpful.
where are you guys from? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And so it's
They
all
come from
conversational.
everywhere, and people from everywhere come,
Yeah.
so. All right, anybody else have any more questions?
Do you sell in any stores or anything anywhere you are?
Actually, no. We've been approached by some beauty supplies and things like that. But really, and this was kind of odd, we've been approached by doctors. We helped one lady who had genetic alopecia, and the doctor pretty much told her it was a wrap, like it's not going to do anything. However, we gave her our products, and you guys, she got her hair back. So her doctor contacted us. And for a while, we were vending at hospitals, for especially for a lot of the kids. You know what I mean? For a lot of kids, they're dealing with like skin issues. So the yellow butter really was a goal there. So oddly, by the grace of God, that's really the space we've been in. As far as going retail, it's better if the products are fresh. I've noticed just because of the nutrient components. So I didn't know about how it would do sitting on a shelf.
Sitting on a
But
shelf.
we have a lot of people interested. I'm just trying to work it out. Because as you see in the ingredients, we don't want any preservatives, emulsifiers. I really want to keep it 100%
What
clean.
is the temperature stability of this? Because if you're here in the summer, then it's going to be 110.
Oh, yeah. We just keep it in coolers. As far as the
Okay.
butters, the multi-use conditioner is
That'll
okay.
work.
They don't need to be refrigerated or anything like that. But if it does get too hot, it will liquefy. And I'll put it in the refrigerator to re-solidify it and then just store
Great,
it. But we just do coolers, so we are familiar with the hot summers.
Good, there you go.
Yes.
Anybody else have any questions?
No, I think,
No?
just a quick comment. Beauty's in my wheelhouse, and this is a really great product.
Thank you
So,
very
yeah.
much.
Love the
Thank
smell of
you.
everything.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Very
guys.
Okay,
I think the
Motion.
before and after
Oh, sorry.
pictures are gonna be.
That's really a
informative.
key point. And we have them on our website, and I have myself so people can kind of see exactly A to B. Because, when I tell them, they're like, oh, you didn't lose your hair. And then when I show them, they're like, oh my God, yes, okay. Yes, you did. So that's definitely a key point. And I just want people to see, the possibilities.
Okay,
We're not
Dominic.
doctors or anything, but.
All right, I need a motion.
We accept this vendor?
I second.
Any discussion? Nope. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None.
See you on the
Thank you,
street.
guys.
Absolutely. Please come by.
Yes,
Oh, we
we
will.
will. We will.
Yeah, you can't help genetics, though.
You never, don't say never.
Thank you very much.
'Cause next meeting, you'll see me
Yes.
slathered in.
He'll have hair down to here.
This is gonna be.
I'm kind of okay with that.
He'll have a Fu Manchu down
I wouldn't know what to do with hair.
Maybe it'll grow.
Bad
hair.
boy if you.
I think
Thank
you should
you.
buy it and try it.
Actually, one suggestion.
Yes.
Okay.
His hair needs new socks.
Wouldn't that be something? I think you should try it.
It keeps sprouting hair all of a sudden.
Wow, I will.
That would be something. Okay, the next person is, Desert Gay Tourist Guild, Michael Gren and Bill Sanderson. Hello.
Hello.
You didn't bring back.
Are-
You didn't bring any bagels.
Are you Michael?
No, I'm Bill. I'm the second one in the application.
Okay,
Bill,
yeah, okay.
Bill Sanderson.
Okay.
I represent the Gay Tourism Guild of Coachella Valley. We are an organization that supports the small LGBT hotel and inns. We've been in an organization since 1980, and we are a 501(c)(3) nonprofit, no salary, all volunteer group. I'm here to apply for a one-night booth, April 16th, to celebrate 50 years of LGBT hospitality in the Coachella Valley. The first LGBT-friendly Hotel Inn was actually in Rancho Mirage in 1970 called Lost Worlds. It's no longer there. From there, it went to Cat City, and then it immigrated into Palm Springs. Our group historically has been just small hotels and inns. My other hat, I own Tiny Bagels. We do have restaurants, bars, and other retailers joining our group to help promote LGBTQ travel to Palm Springs. And we also have monthly meetings with the Palm Springs Tourism Board that we help augment some of their decisions focused towards specifically LGBT. But tonight, this afternoon, excuse me, we had a poster contest 3 months ago to celebrate this. We put a RFP out for artists to contribute artwork so we could make a T-shirt and poster commemorating the 50 years of the LGBT hospitality in the Coachella Valley. And we did pick a winner, and I have samples of his work here that I'll pass out.
It's in your file as well, right?
It is, but this is actually the completed poster. We took his base artwork and we had it mocked up a little bit nicer. This will be the poster. The black and whites that you have are for the T-shirts. And we also, he did not submit a multi image. The original one he did was with two men. Actually, one of this is him and his husband. But we wanted to be more inclusive, so we asked him to step back and do one. And we had him do one with two women, just so we could be more inclusive in the artwork and what we sell. So we'll be selling the posters for about $20 signed by the artist that night. He'll be in the booth. The booth will be manned by the board members. And we will also sell T-shirts that night. A limited amount we'll have on hand for $20. Other than that, we're going to be doing, cafe press after that night. But that night we will have a limited amount of T-shirts that he'll be able to sign that night. It's more of a celebration. We're not going to make a huge amount of money. It's more or less just celebrating that milestone of 50 years that we wanted to do that.
And it's just for one night that you're...
One night, April 16th.
Is that possible? Okay.
And I do want to make a comment that Bill does and sponsors and donates almost to everything, as well as PS Organica, everything LGBTQ, and every event that happens in Palm Springs. So I tip my hat to everything you do.
We all have lots of hats, Julie. Here, let me pass these, or you can keep these.
Let me ask you, Bill, shirts and posters, are you selling them?
We'll be selling them. They will be printed locally as best we can. We have a T-shirt printer and a poster printer.
Yeah. Okay.
So they will be printed in Palm Springs. And the money's just going back to our organization to do more promoting.
Okay.
Like I said, we don't take any salaries, the board members, it's all volunteer.
Okay, all right.
Let's take a vote.
Excuse me.
Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna smack her.
Don't worry, I'm taking care of it.
Thank you.
Yes.
Anybody else have any
No
more
more coffee.
questions? No.
More coffee, yes, always more
All
coffee.
right, please have a motion.
Motion to accept?
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Just make sure it's April 16th, because we're flying the artist
You
in.
wanna
And
take her with
we're
you?
putting him up in one of the hotels, so it would be that night.
Did
Yes.
somebody second?
Yes.
All those in favor?
Yeah, we're good.
And I have 4 years of farmer's market experience. I'm providing the tent, the booth, the lights, and I know basically what you need anyway, but I'll take your flyer.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you on the 16th.
Okay,
Yeah, we're open to anybody who wants to join.
Okay, all right, I'll reach out to you.
okay.
Good Lord.
Okay, next
Thank you.
one up
Right side of the
is
mountain.
Prickly Pear Boutique, downtown merchant appealing for permit revocation.
Okay, so if I may.
Go ahead.
I just want to briefly go over this particular situation. This vendor the board decided to revoke their permit, and the reason the permit was revoked was based on non-compliance with the VillageFest rules and regulations, including offensive conduct, is grounds for suspension or revocation of the VillageFest permit. Now, part of that process in our rules and regulations, it allows for merchants or vendors to appeal that decision, and that's what this vendor is doing. The process that happens with appeal is once notification is provided to the vendor, The vendor has 15 days to appeal it, and they provide staff something in writing, which is what you have in your or in your packet that went out. Hold on one second. I wanted to read this regulation so everybody was on the same page. After the receipt of an appeal, the VillageFest coordinator shall schedule the matter of a hearing at the next available VillageFest board meeting at which the matter can be presented. The VillageFest coordinator shall provide the vendor with at least 10 days written notification of a time and a place of the meeting. The vendor shall have the burden of proof as to why the suspension or revocation should be overturned. Following the hearing, the VillageFest board may approve, modify, or reverse the suspension or revocation. Notice of the VillageFest board's decision shall be given in writing to the applicant within 15 days of the hearing. So this vendor has the ability to appeal your decision, which is what they are doing here now. You can hear them, you can ask any questions that you would like, and you do not need to make a decision at this point. You can hear, you can, if you feel like you can or want to make a decision, you're welcome to. We are missing 2 board members, and from a staff point of view, I think it would be good to make sure that they are included in that decision so that there are no further reasons for appeals. It's an entire board decision. And after this meeting, if the board has not made a decision, I will ensure that the 2 missing board members have the board meeting minutes so that they can review it and you can make a decision at a later date. Or you can make a decision today. It's completely up to you.
We can make a decision even though one board member is not here.
Absolutely. You have
Okay.
that ability. So I'm handing it over to you.
Go ahead, you have 5 minutes.
Hi, I brought some photographs in of our store. My understanding is we were suspended because someone said we were selling product that wasn't in our store. I believe that's right, correct?
Oh, God. Just give your speech first.
I'm going to pass the photographs.
Right now. Just tell us what you want to tell us.
Would you like them singly or the whole package? Would you like to singly or whole package? These photographs do show our store, our product in the store. You can find it today. You can visit tomorrow. It will be in our store. Am I allowed to read a letter from my manager?
Sure. You have 5 minutes, so whatever you need to do in
Yeah,
5 minutes,
this,
you're welcome to.
today was her birthday, so she's not here. I, Lindsay Garcia, can confirm that all our yard and home decor, such as roosters, chickens, have been in our store since 2019. We are a specialty boutique with a wide variety of product. It has been suggested that we are just a clothing store, which is absolutely not the case. While clothing takes up a lot of volume of the store, it only consists of 30% of our sales. I am writing this to our booth at VillageFest being suspended. We are not breaking any rules. Our booth carries product that only comes from our store. I hope that VillageFest committee will reinstate our booth. My employees don't deserve to have the shift and income taken from them, which they depend. Thank you for taking the time to hear me. I'll pass that around too.
All right, thank you.
And she's the manager of Just Prickly Pear. This is my general manager. She helps me run both stores. You heard from her last time, but she can tell you
This is in Terra Nova,
that our product is in the store.
this line of jewelry.
I actually sold it this morning. It's,
So I'm still
as
concerned
you can
about
tell by the
crossover.
pictures, the product is there, and actually, recently, it has been our bestseller.
So can I just say, I've been in both of your stores. There is still, according to these photographs, crossover. Your store carries this Uno de 50.
Yes.
And all of this jewelry is in Terra Nova that wasn't in your original, when you showed us this picture of what your booth was gonna look like when you originally applied. None of that was in this photograph. So I'm still concerned about the crossover.
Okay, yes.
Let me finish.
Okay, sorry.
I'm still concerned about the crossover, and I can see that you have added a lot of things to this store, but my concern is which things are exclusive to your store, the store that you manage, and not in your store, and vice versa? Because I still see a lot of,
There is a mix of product in both stores. I've never denied that. But
That's the
both
problem.
booths had separate product. At no time did both booths have the same product.
Okay, everybody has spoken.
Yeah, you wanna talk about-
We
And,
can make a decision.
May I just, if you have a question about the jewelry, Uno de 50, which is a pretty large company, they authorized us to carry it in both stores because it's a top item right now in the country. All the other jewelry, which is in prickly pear, is not at Terra. So only Uno de 50 is in both
but
stores.
the issue is that you can't have in your booth product that's in two separate stores.
Well,
Do you guys want to say something, or Alexa?
I just can't.
These are two employees.
Okay.
They're here on their day off. They're not getting paid to be here.
I don't know if I misunderstood, but you're saying that the Uno is at both of our stores?
Yes.
The Uno, we don't sell it at the booth, so why should that even be a concern to the booth?
Well, then we need a definition of what they're
Well,
planning to have in
all
their
right,
booth.
And I mean, I'd like to keep,
Yeah.
I'd like to
No,
keep
no,
this
no,
meeting.
no more.
So if,
No.
excuse me, hold on one second, hold on one second. If someone's gonna speak on your behalf, please have them at the mic, because we cannot, the system cannot pick anybody up from the audience very intentionally. So if we could do that, and if we could give them their 3 minutes, let them speak, and then the board can talk. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah, did you want to say something?
So I am the girl that has worked at the Prickly Pear booth. Not once has the product that I have sold has been in the Terra Gallery booth. I have followed the rules and regulations that have been on all of the stuff that we need to follow. So I really do not understand why we are in the wrong. You took one of the girls, her salary is gone, we no longer can have her because we don't have that booth. You took away hours away from us, but we are following your rules perfectly. So I do not understand what is wrong here.
Is there any other, do you have any other part of your presentation that you want the board to hear or see?
No, unless you have a question, I'm willing to answer all your questions.
No questions. All right, this is to the board. And I'll go around to each and every one of you. If you want to continue with our original decision from before, let's talk about that. Let's start from over here. What do you think, Darrell?
I don't have anything to add.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, do you?
To add?
No, do you, I want your opinion whether we should still go with our decision.
I believe we should still go with our decision.
Okay,
I think we should still go with our decision.
The same.
I would concur.
okay, I need a motion to do that.
I move we continue, but we go with the same decision we made.
Second?
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, no.
May I ask a question? What,
No, it's done.
You can contact us tomorrow, and we could answer any questions.
I might add, can I add about the percentage of downtown merchants? Can I add that at this point? Or not?
I don't understand the question. I'm sorry, if you have any other questions, you can contact staff. We'll probably be in the office in
what is the
45 minutes.
decision?
They're upholding the revocation of your permit. They're maintaining, right,
No.
they're maintaining their original decision.
Just for clarity, is this going in the folder or back to
It
you?
should go back to
Okay.
them.
Can I also mention the percentage of the downtown merchants and where we are? And,
Oh, was there a final vote on that?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, and one of our board members really did some research today. That was Darrell. Look over here. With the rules and regulations approved by the city, only 10% was voted by the city of downtown merchants to be on the street. We are now almost at 12%, 11 point something. Yeah. So I just wanted to clarify that.
Okay.
Okay, and that's probably one of the reasons for this.
Just for clarity on that, it's page 16 of the rules and regulations of VillageFest, item E5. The number of members assigned in this category shall not exceed 10% of total number of VillageFest vendors at any given month. So we've
Are you-
exceeded that.
So you're kicking us out for that reason?
No, we're just also adding that as information at this time.
Yeah.
That,
But that's not pertinent to me.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Well,
you.
I'll be appealing this to the next step. Thank you.
What's the next one with the furs?
So at our last board meeting, I provided you some photos of a vendor that we had at VillageFest who was selling fur at VillageFest. We placed it on the agenda so that the board had the ability to discuss the photos that were provided and make any sort of decisions that you may want to. The person who is selling it falls under the vintage category. And because the vintage category is a bit broad in what we allow, there are some ways that we can bring it back if the board should decide that's something they want to do. But we have been receiving complaints from the public in regards to
Real fur.
allowing the sale of real fur at VillageFest, which in Palm Springs is obviously an extremely animal-friendly town. So we put it on the agenda so you could have a discussion because you were unable to at your last board
Let
meeting.
me ask you, does that vendor have a lot of fur, or is it one or two
It
pieces?
seems, the last 2 weeks we've seen 2 pieces.
Is it a full coat or is it just a lining
It's
of, it's
like
a
a
Jacket.
crop.
Like a,
So is the issue here is that it's polarizing and that that people that are anti-fur,
Yeah.
it's causing an issue
which
with.
there's a lot of people.
Yeah, and so for the Village Fest, we don't want to have anything that's polarizing, causing issues and such. So is there a way we can have a conversation with the vendor to say, whether they display it or not, but not to prominently display it, or else just to take it out?
Can I
also
make,
think
I'm
if
just
it's only
throwing that
two-
out there to
If it's
question.
only 2 items of their entire stock, I can't imagine
Yeah.
that they would be so upset
To
if we
pull
asked them
it.
to remove the fur. That we're
You-
not asking for,
I was going to say that there's a lot of vintage clothing and fur isn't something we need here.
Exactly.
And so
I
I
agree.
think
Well, because
that
of
we
the
shouldn't have
animal.
to talk to anybody. Let's just make a decision
Yeah.
and pull it.
Yeah.
so there's 2 items that just to add to this discussion, I did some homework. AB 44 is the legislation that banned fur sales in California, but it strictly stipulates that previously owned are allowed, but it is on the vendor to maintain strict records of its history and ownership. To that point, in my homework today also, the vintage vendor on page 18, items have to be 50 years or older.
Right.
And from what I saw, those pieces are probably right on the edge. So there's the odd little point there, but I'm more of just can't we ask them to stop? But
Yeah.
also,
I think because
fortunately,
people-
it's getting warm.
Yeah. Well, not only that, but we've had people that have complained, and it is a pet-friendly downtown. So I think to ask them to remove 2 items doesn't seem to be a problem.
Okay, so staff will have a conversation with them and ask them to remove them. If there's any pushback from the vendor, we'll revert back to the rules and regulations, because I agree, that would have been my stance, would have been, now, okay, if you don't want to, then we need you to prove that this item is actually vintage and is 50 years or
and
older.
show us the history.
And
Shows
because of
history.
the compliance with California law, which is one of the first articles of the rules, they need to prove that they can maintain the history of it, should the state require it on site.
Okay.
And that's probably going to be difficult for them.
Correct.
Sounds like it.
Who knows where they pick up vintage things?
Right.
It could be
Yeah.
anywhere.
An estate sale,
I
and then
think
you
it'd be
just get a
as
receipt.
easy.
Yeah.
I can't imagine them being upset for 2 items.
So staff will follow up on that item.
Okay.
So my thought to that would be if they have a problem with it, it's like any other vendor, if you want to revoke that license too, for them not complying with our
Well, I think we
agreements.
warn them, and, if they, we'll deal with that down
That's
the
a
road.
concern, yeah.
We'll see what happens when we ask them to pull it. I need a motion for that, right? No,
You don't
not
necessarily, no, you
really?
just gave
Okay.
staff guidance
So
and
we don't
we'll
have to
follow
do that.
through.
Okay, great. Okay, unfinished business, Village Fest poster contest, anything on that?
I think that's done,
Do
and
you think that ship has sailed?
anything on the poster contest beyond Don's
Getting
input?
too late.
Yeah, I think it was pushed back till.
Oh, well, yeah, no, we were doing youth. We were
Right.
doing youth, so- and the idea was to get it ready for the summer, so we've
Oh,
got,
okay, so
we've got
we're
time
okay.
for that,
Oh, okay.
absolutely, uh-huh.
But I mean, he's working on it.
Yes,
Yeah.
Any
yes.
updates? Okay.
That's why he's not here.
And new business, we have none. Reports and requests, public, nope, we lost all our public. Board, anything?
I
No?
just wanted to know, following what just the last person that we just spoke to, is there an appeal process beyond this? Okay, what
Yeah,
is
They
that?
can appeal to the city manager's office.
Okay.
So, they need to write a letter, goes to the city manager's office will review our meeting minutes and things of that nature, and then make a final decision.
Do they, does city management, if that happens, will they talk to the board? Will they talk to you? So they get the whole
Yes,
story?
Absolutely.
And maybe
They'll,
review the
they'll talk to
tapes.
staff and they'll review all of our meetings.
And what really happened on the
exactly.
street? Great, okay.
Yes, yeah, they'll ask for all the information, so we'll provide that, and I'll remind, when asked, that, yes, they didn't obey the rules, and then their conduct towards staff and the board was inappropriate, and that also is reasoning for
Right.
for the revocation of the permit.
I think, since I've been on the board, I think somebody did once go to city, and the city backed us up.
Yeah, yeah,
Was that the pig?
it may have been. It may have been the pig.
The famous pig.
It was. It came under our table here. I'll never forget that. Oh, my God, that was a big animal. Okay, where am I?
Subcommittee reports?
Subcommittee reports. Compliance.
I have nothing to report.
Actually, we had originally planned to go down to VillageFest, and then I also realized it was modernism, and it would not be a good time to start rattling cages. I do have an idea after doing a lot of reading the past week or so. A simple way to possibly address this versus our, ticket idea is to basically get a stack of the rules and regulations and a highlighter going on the picture thing, but if there's issues, and I'm sure there will be a lot in the beginning, is basically highlight the issue and hand it to them and make a record of it, versus some sort of new animal.
Darrell, I'm really amazed that you're going into all the rules and regulations. Do you have a lot of time on your hands?
Not really.
No, you're very thorough. I'm glad somebody has done that, because we all, been on a long time, and I don't even know some of these things. So
Well, just
thank
trying to
you-
be
Thank you
consistent.
for your research.
Yeah.
It's been very
Oh, yeah.
helpful.
Can I make a comment for staff? I think what's really effective is what staff's been doing recently is they send out someone to check for the licenses and for the insurance. And I think like periodic or else just on like once a month, twice a month, that really helps out. That way people are posting the correct information. Stores have their signs out that staff created. That's important for the visitors to make sure that they know that that's a store in the village and not that we're not just selling product that's not artist product. So both efforts, I think, will be helpful, are helpful and continue.
And I also think vendors need to understand the signage is as much about pride as who they are, so they can come back or go find them.
Yeah.
I went back looking for some of our vendors at the holidays to do some of my holiday shopping. Sadly, they weren't there, but with no signage, it made it really hard to get through a holiday crowd to do,
Staff, is it getting better with the signs? I mean, you're down there all the time.
Well, signs, I mean, most of the vendors do
Anything
have
they need to
signs. Yeah,
post.
most of them do. Most of them do have their signs. I can't.
I mean,
think
their
of-
permits and stuff.
The permits, I mean, I ask our staff down there and I walk with them and we go through it. And I said, even if it's
Has
in
it
the-
gotten better?
I feel like it has. They come to me and they'll highlight ones that,
Okay,
that don't have it.
Yeah.
And
As long as it keeps getting a little better,
Right.
you
Yeah,
know?
and
Yeah.
the consistency is
on it.
important.
Right.
Consistency, like
Right.
on it.
and I know it's busy right now. It's like high season, so
Right.
it's a little crazy down there, so they'll be like,
It's
oh, well, it's
okay.
in my car, or it's in, and I said, tell them they have to go get a car.
Yeah.
And they
Yep.
have to bring it back, and they have to post it.
Well, as long as we
Yep.
see an improvement, it means that we're
Correct.
getting through to
Yeah.
people.
And that
which
is the challenge sometimes, especially this
It
time of
is.
year, to be respectful to their business
Yeah.
versus come in
It's a
and
big
be
job
ugly.
setting up. I mean, I
Yeah.
can't imagine how
Oh,
they
it's
do it.
exhausting. It's like,
You know.
come summertime, it's like, oh my
I know,
God.
but it's
Oh,
hot.
it's brutal.
We're taking August off.
Okay, the next one is social media.
We just had, I know.
It's been a rough few weeks.
Are you girls all too busy?
So we're just waiting we're just waiting on,
I know,
on
I'm
her. I
sorry.
mean, no,
I'm
no,
gonna-
we're, when Jasmine frees up, we're gonna meet over at, probably at Joy's place, like is it Monday or Tuesday or what?
Yeah, Monday. I think Mondays work.
Mondays,
for
okay,
Joy.
Monday tends to be better for me because I've got Sam in the store, so I can just pop on over, yeah, okay.
Well, we'll schedule it for next Monday, because
Okay.
we got to do it. And
Next week, well,
Go have a drink somewhere.
yeah.
that'd be so much better.
We have a bar in our store, you can come over.
We've now moved the meeting over.
Boy, social media is going to get real entertaining.
Okay, the next one is food court.
I think that was tabled. I don't think Dan said.
Well, we're full.
It's just kind of ongoing, it's just there.
Yeah, but we're full
But
at food.
there are more tables and things
Right,
like
that,
that.
Are there?
that was the issue.
Okay, that's good.
Do you know,
All right. we
this
don't
is
have
not
any-
with food,
Go ahead.
sorry, but this is more about a comment about what's happening on the street for setup and breakdown. People continue to double park cars, and then it creates a roadblock. And in particular, closer to Arena, there's 2 or 3 vendors right there, and then further down near, oh gosh, so not Andreas, right there. And then just between Andreas and the food court, there's a couple of vendors right there too that keep double parking. So, and it's, what's happening is people are tired and horns
yeah.
are being honked, and there's still people on the street at 10 o'clock. So it's just, yeah.
Absolutely. Staff will follow up on that this week.
Okay, well, we don't have any Main Street comments. Staff reports?
I do have a few.
Okay.
I did want to have a conversation with the board regarding just some board decorum and how we function as a board. We are missing some board members, so I wanted to make it a whole board. But what I'd like to do is maybe sit with you, Dottie, and just kind of maybe highlight a couple of things that we want the board, how we vote, when we should speak, when we should not speak, so that the whole board's on the same page about how our meetings are conducted, and so that they're efficient, and that we all can get out of here and enjoy our evening glass of wine. So Dottie, maybe you and I can get together before our next meeting, and we'll have
Yeah.
that available, and we'll talk to the entire board
Okay.
regarding how we should function moving forward.
Okay.
So I did want to make sure I mentioned that. I did finalize the staff report with some support from my director regarding the waiver that the board asked me to submit regarding the times for VillageFest. That is going to be on the council's agenda for Thursday. It is under consent right now, so I'm hoping that it doesn't get pulled, and that the council will agree to have, or for us to maintain our meetings at the regular time. Thank you, Celia and Julie, for writing notes. Those actually got submitted with the staff report, so that the council is aware that this entire board is in support of maintaining our current time and the reasoning behind that. If any member, or if one member wants to go and speak during public comments, just to kind of reiterate that this board is in full support of maintaining our current meeting time, that would be appreciated. I think it would be effective in terms of the council knowing the work that this board does and how it is unique to other boards, and the amount of people that you actually meet with every board meeting. So if someone has the ability to do that and you guys can get together, that would be appreciated. I will be in attendance, so if any questions come up from a staff level, I'll be able to answer that.
When is that? What time and day is that?
It's Thursday, the 27th?
So-
And it starts at 6, and it's at the beginning of the meeting. It's under consent, so ideally, if it doesn't get pulled, council will just vote on it based completely on the staff report, or any staff report and any comments that are made during public comments.
So I wouldn't be able to make
It's
it, but I'd love to
Thursday.
be able to write something in support.
Okay.
So would I just send it to you, or do I send it to the council
Well, I've
members?
already submitted the staff report, and it has comments from two board members that were sent
Yeah.
previously. If we want to have a representative attend, I think it would be good to have someone either read that or send it directly to the mayor and council.
Anybody would like to do that?
I can't, unfortunately.
It's Village Fest.
It's Village Fest night.
Yeah.
Oh, Village Fest
That's
night.
why I want to send the letters, because it's just I think when they see the repetition, like this is, it's important to
We'll
maintain.
come up
It's
with
important to
somebody
maintain. Yeah.
before then.
Yeah.
Maybe Dan, he likes to talk.
He does like to talk.
I'll ask Dan.
Really?
Well, that's a little epiphany, isn't it?
And then
working
just
at the
one more
museum.
item, just let the board know if you could put it on your calendars. The neighborhood picnic is March 21st. I have submitted the paperwork for us to be in attendance. Faith is going to work on getting some items to hand out to the neighbors from Village Fest. Do let us know if you want to attend and participate.
Who's the chair on that?
For the neighborhood
Who's-
picnic?
yeah.
It's Joy.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll talk offline.
And I have to tell the board, it's a fun thing to do.
It is.
I
And it's a lot
worked
of fun.
my pin
Yeah.
feathers off last year, but had a blast.
It is.
It's
If I
fun.
am not working, I will.
No, you're
come
sitting
help.
and you're
Do-
talking. You know, I like to have some participation, you know, an hour or so from everybody,
Yeah.
you know, so somebody doesn't stay the whole time if
Right.
they don't want.
Yeah, I may be in the museum booth, but if not, I'll be over
Yeah.
there. And if not, I may try and find a way to go back and forth.
Yeah,
But
we can do
last
that.
year, oh my God.
Yeah.
I put the last thing on the table and I didn't stop till it was time to pack up.
It's
I
a
think
good
it was
time.
just you and I last year, wasn't it? I don't
Are
remember.
there local businesses there too, or is it
Anyway,
just?
it's a fun thing to
organizations?
do.
On another subject, when is the birthday party?
March 19th? I don't know. We're making up dates now.
Okay.
The birthday party is, we set up a big table in the middle of Wiener Tockwitz, and we hand out hundreds and hundreds of.
1,200.
1,200
March
cupcakes.
19th. March 19th, yes.
Oh my God, I'm
And
having trick or
I would
treat bag
appreciate,
flashbacks.
if everybody,
It is.
if everybody would do
I can't do
it.
the 21st, but I
It's
can do the
fun.
19th.
Yeah,
I think
it's
one year it
fun.
rained, remember? The year
Yes.
It goes
before
fast.
last, it rained.
We had the big
Yeah.
cake out there.
We could probably do 2,000.
Did you let your cake still rain?
And they'll go, no, I wanted chocolate, no, I wanted vanilla. Oh, yeah. So if
Okay.
everybody can participate in that, that would be
It's
fun.
a lot of fun.
Yes.
You know, it's
It's
a
a good
lot of
time.
fun. And whoever has a better voice than me, you can sing happy birthday. Can we get the mayor this time?
And are you
We
there
will
from,
definitely invite the
Definitely
mayor.
get the mayor.
is it open from 5 to 10 the whole time?
No.
Oh, the cupcake.
birthday
Oh, the cupcake thing, no.
Oh, we just, until they're gone.
Oh.
We don't start.
When they're
right, we
gone, they
start
tear
half an hour.
down.
At 7?
Oh, it doesn't take
We
long.
start at 7
Because it's,
and then,
They're gone in about 20 minutes.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
Okay.
big
It's
square
crazy.
table, and there's 2 people usually at every table, and they come marching in, and we just hand out.
And the year before last, it rained. And
Oh,
oh
yeah.
my gosh, it was so much, I thought it was fun, I liked it.
But it's
we were
tough.
giving out
I think it's
cupcakes.
tough.
they were going in like super fast.
Yeah.
Just like MacArthur Park.
Yes. Melting in the dark.
Okay. So we're finished, right?
Okay.
Done? This was the fastest meeting, yeah.
I move we adjourn.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. All right, we adjourn.